Mute myself. Hello.
Hi.
We're recording now after how long? After maybe 2 months? A month? 2 months?
I've lost track of time.
You know what? I want to confirm. Actually, screw that. Today's date is the 7th of August because currently we record like really randomly. So that's an important date to have.
We had so much enthusiasm.
Last year?
Yeah. You were so fed up also. I think that's why.
Of
life. No, we're more fed up of life now. We have too much to say then.
Yeah, we just wanted attention. Actually, I was going to say I'm Zara and this is Fatma.
We do this every time, I think.
We always hate introducing ourselves, but this is who we are. And this would be, I don't even know which episode. Do you know which episode? I don't know which episode this is at this point.
Season 2?
Yeah, that is.
Episode 4. Yeah,
okay. So, moving on. So basically I was going to have a conversation with Fatma and I was like, you know what, it's important. So now you guys are along with it. So,
before that, we have to congratulate Zara because she attended and did an ICF workshop and now she's also
training.
Yeah, and she's also a life coach in the process.
Hire me, guys.
Yeah, she's very good. She's very frustrated and done with herself. But she's great.
Yeah.
She's also stupid because she doesn't think she's as good as she actually is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You don't really have an option. Like
I know I'm good. I just I want to be the best. So unless I'm the best, I won't think I'm good. And that's just how I think.
We can get into a conversation about how best is subjective and how this whole thing is really stupid, but I will not fight you on this.
Yes, because I will win.
You want to go?
No. That's a really bad idea, fighting me on my perfectionism. Okay. And by the way, I want to be a perfectionist in something I cannot control at all. Because in coaching, it's just the person. That's it. Like you're just having a talk.
It's like with anything in life. Some people are good for it, some people aren't a good for it. That's just it. That's just it. But anyways, okay.
Anyways, so basically I was in a therapy session once and I was talking about how I hate doing art, but I love photography. Even though I'm good in art, it doesn't feel like it's mine because I end up selling it or doing it for other people or, it's so much work because I institutionalized art. But with photography, I never did it for anyone else. I never got a grade for it. It was just for me, always. So then she asked me, what are the things you own? What are the things that belong to you? And I was like, what? And I was like, I don't own things. Like, if you ask me what is yours, I'll be like, sure, I own, my phone, but I don't really care if it gets lost. I mean, I'll be sad, but it's replaceable. I don't have like that sense of ownership when it comes to things. Like, she's like, what do you attach ownership to? What do you own? And I'm like, myself, my skills. What about
sentimental stuff?
Yeah, but even that, like after a while, after 5-10 years, sentimental things lose sentiment. Yeah, a lot of them do.
So you won't be sad. You lose something.
No.
Really?
Depends on what it is. I have lost things that I'm sad, but now I don't care. There are very few things that I can be like, okay, I have that sense of ownership too, right? So I was the only thing I could say was like how I own my skills, because that's purely mine. And then she was like, okay, what about your room? I'm like, I don't own it. Like anybody can come in. I don't have a sense of ownership to my space because I don't have any. And that's what the whole thing was. And I was like, okay, then I don't. And even with things, it's like things are so replaceable. How can I be like I own it? Because a lot of the things I own is meant to be shared. So I own it for sharing it.
Such as?
Like, there's so many things. Like, for example, even my skills, like let's talk about skills, right? If I did a coaching thing, now I'm a life coach, what's the point if it's just like, it's not getting shared? And even if it's not getting shared consciously, at some level, whatever I learned, I embody, and now you're having a conversation with me and hence it's being
But isn't
shared.
that yours? You choose to share it.
Yeah. But
So you
now
have a
what
choice.
is the sense, like, what do I own? You know?
No, you're missing the point you skipped over.
Yeah,
So
I agree with you to that part. But let's talk about, let's say, my room or my things.
You put pressure on yourself to share. I understand sometimes you don't have agency and it's just taken, but you have the agency to say no. You choose to not say no.
Yeah, so that is where it was coming from, my ability to say no and my
Boundaries.
lack of boundaries. I was like, I'm like a water, like just, being pulled in all directions. And she's like, walls, Shoro, you don't, gate, Shoro, you don't even have walls. So it's like a water just flowing everywhere. At some point, the land's going to be dry. I'm like, yes, tell me what to do. It's like, no. And I was like, you're useless.
How can someone teach you to say no?
At least make me think.
No, how can someone teach you to say no?
She can't, nobody can, but at least question me like
But-
you just did
No,
in
but
the
if
last
you,
2 minutes.
if you ask her,
I didn't ask her. I tried to navigate the conversation to my liking because I'm smart enough to do that.
exactly, why would she? Why would anyone? No one can teach you to say no.
Yeah, but at least tell me you're to like, like what the fuck are you doing? Which you do when I fight you, but then I think about it after I fight you.
Oh my god, every time we do this, every time we have conversation on text, in person, it always ends up with Zara saying this to me.
Yeah, but then I will do that, and then 20 hours later I'll think about it and be like, no, I don't want you to be right, but
You never say I'm right?
No.
And then you just like slightly bring it up, and then you're like, see, I did this. Like she's trying to say, like, look, I did it. You better be proud of me for doing it.
But I will never directly. My ego is like, I'm very humble, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, my ego takes over.
It is a challenge.
Okay, so Fatma, I have a question. What do you take ownership of or in?
Ownership.
I still can't answer the question.
I don't think I have a problem with ownership as such. Because
Okay,
I
then
have...
tell me an answer now. So
Okay.
I can think of an answer.
Okay, fine.
Because I can't.
I take ownership of my room, my own space. I don't like having a people in my space.
Yeah.
Even though my brother loves invading it and wants to like have attention all the time.
Yeah.
But so my room, my space, yeah, fine. My skills.
This
definitely.
episode is going to be called "What Is Mine Is Not Yours."
Sure. Why not? Okay. My room in London also. See, if I can take charge of what I can do with the space, it is mine.
Okay, so my room in Malaysia, mine. Here, not mine.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So I felt that way when I first came back, like last year, right?
That was bad.
So that time, and I remember I had difficulty sleeping in that room. Okay, I couldn't sleep. Like I would be, I would be awake like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. So I just could not sleep, right? And that was because I realized I was still in that like transit phase. Okay, and that like so the room Joker hai, right? It was basically that whole upper part of the house was built in 2019. So it was built the whole year that I was in London and I wasn't here. So when I went back, they're like, oh, it's your room, but also it's not my room. It's like the proportion is like for guests. Like, people come and stay. I
don't want this laptop to move.
It's fine, leave it be.
My perfectionism will come in when we watch
this
back.
Shut up, it's okay. Okay. So it's the room is really nice. Okay, it's really good, like green colors, and it's like I really love it. It has a nice balcony and all of that. Okay. When I first got there, like when I first came back and I shifted upstairs, that was a huge whole thing because I was like, no, I want to stay downstairs. Why can't Shabir shift upstairs? Like I had to play the whole gender roles really for it. Like, no, he's a ladka standing upstairs now. Yeah, later he had to.
Yeah.
But initially I was like, no, this is my room. I want comfort. I've been back. Let me like be there. But my parents were like, no, he's living here and he won't go upstairs. Like it'll be too uncomfortable for him to go upstairs. So you go upstairs. I was like, fine, okay. But after that whole time, I think after 2-3 months of it, I was like, okay, I figured out the reason I can't sleep is because that room doesn't, that's not mine. Like there's no decoration in it, nothing of decoration, nothing of my own thing is there. Great.
Keep talking.
Okay, fine.
I'd forget. That's why I had to say it.
Okay, fine. So then I talked to my mom and I was like, I need to do this. Okay. And I get it because like, and she's like, it's understandable. But that was a whole other thing because she's also like, she made that whole ghar essentially, right? Like all the designing, paints and everything. So for her, it was also like, okay, what are you going to do? Is it going to mess it up? What is going to happen? Big part of control acted up for her as well. And then one day I was like, enough. If I'm staying here for the foreseeable future, at least a year, I don't care if it pisses you off. I'm getting stuff, getting shelves, which I still haven't gotten, by the way. But I will eventually. It'll happen. Got paintings. I got like my stuff upstairs. Everything, you know.
Agnes once by it.
Yes, they're very pretty. They're very pretty.
Is that too? Okay, yeah.
And now it is my room, and it feels okay. Like it's all right. And it feel like I'm able to sleep there. It feels safe. It felt so empty first. It just felt unsafe. Like, you know how when you sleep, you can't because the mattress isn't curved to the way that your spine is.
Yeah.
It was like that. And that was really,
you know what was similar situation, but mine was very different. My room was the same. It was closed for the most part, but Zishan would come and stay here. And then this one time my mom got her like art student had to stay over the night for some reason. And so they stayed in my room. And none of my things were in the place that I left them, even though I removed everything from my room because I knew someone's going to come in and break it or take it. So I put everything inside, okay? And when I came back, I couldn't like sit or breathe in my room because I was like, it's not mine. You know, nothing about it was mine because my energy had left the room. And for me, it's more energetic. So if I stay in a space for a while, it becomes mine, which is the only reason that this room feels like me, because the things can be moved and I keep switching things up, but my energy stays here. So if my energy goes off, the room goes off, and then there's a problem, like a big one. But if when I came back from Malaysia, it was so bad. I had so much anxiety because nothing was mine. Even though everything in the room I own, but it was not mine.
See, I didn't have this problem in the room we had before because me and my brother used to stay together, right? So everything that was there, all the decorations, everything were the exact same.
Yeah.
My clothes were the same. My mom
for me that doesn't matter.
No, but I'm saying like my mom had such a hard time when I left. Okay, that so there's a drawer at the back of our old room which has like really old like jewelry and like stuff we've not even used, like, you know, decorative jewelry and all of that. And when I was leaving 2018, I'm like, okay, let's clear this out. And she's like, can you do this? Because I can't stay and watch this. It's just too much for me.
G.
Yeah. So when I came back, all my clothes, I don't even wear these clothes anymore. Okay, I was expecting her to clear them out, at least give them away. She could not. My stuff at the back, exact same. Sentiments that I've had since like maybe the 7th or 8th grade from O levels, exact same. So I was like, you're supposed to like at least clear a bit of it out. She's like, I can't do it. You come back, you want to do it, you do it yourself. But I'm not going near that or touching it.
Okay, so the reason, okay, I can throw away things very easily. There are very few things that I would be like, no, this is like, I would not give it even if I had no money. I would keep those things. If I had like 10 minutes and I had to leave this building and I had to live somewhere, not because there's a fire, because I have to move somewhere else and I need to pack. And these are only 10 things I can take with me, that I wouldn't need anything more. In fact, I would have a struggle finding 10 things. I'd just pick up maybe 3 or 4. Because those are the only things that would hold that much meaning for me.
It's not about meaning. See, few things hold meaning, but a lot of things that make you, right?
Yeah, but I can recreate most of it.
Sure. But if you have them, then why not?
Because there's no point. Like, I don't need any of the things I have.
But you can want it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't want things.
No, you do want things, but you want things, but you choose to only focus on need based.
Yeah,
because you're in constant survival mode.
Still, fuck off. So basically, the reason I have another issue with ownership is also because like everything to me is temporary. Because the way I was raised, it's like, you know, you're gonna leave this house, you're gonna live somewhere else, you're gonna get married off, blah blah blah. Nothing's yours. So at a certain point, I would have to leave most of these things behind. Everything's temporary. I would have like a different life altogether. And when I think somewhere deep down, that comes up and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
But you do take elements of this life to that life.
Yeah, obviously. But in terms of living life, everything's temporary.
Yeah, so you limit.
2 years later, 2 years ago, I was in Malaysia.
You limit what you have right now based on a foreseeable future that isn't even here yet.
Yeah.
So you limit your happiness and your sentimentality.
But they don't make me happy.
You don't allow it.
Yeah, because you know
it. No, you do need it. No, I thought you don't need. Sentiments or happiness in that sense is not a need, it's a want. You don't need anything, you want it.
Like
they add something.
You know what I mean? Like I don't when I see something on Instagram, let's say, and I'm like, oh, this is so pretty, I'd want it, but I would never buy it.
That's not the same.
It is because I would never buy it because it
that's
doesn't
not
bring
the same.
me that much joy.
That's not the same. That's not what we're talking about. I'm saying.
I mean, it is.
Things from right now.
Yeah.
Things that are memorable or find hold space or give you joy.
Yeah.
Right? That you'll have to leave behind.
Yeah.
You keep at a distance. So you never get to enjoy the full extent of the joy they might bring you because I have to leave this, so let's not get attached to it.
I don't get attached to things in general.
That's not true. You do, and you can. You don't allow yourself to because you're in that constant. When I leave, I have to leave things behind. I'm saying you don't have to. You can leave the things.
What things would I choose if I had to? I can't even begin to think about them.
List it. Chalo.
I don't know. I don't know where to begin. I mean, the necklace I wear is one of them. I don't know what else. Number 2, there's a silver bowl which has zunk on it. I really like that bowl too. Those are want things, not even need things.
We're not talking about need. We've clearly established
sentimentality. But my brain doesn't work that way.
Think.
I would really have to think.
What about your breakthrough paper?
It's not even in my room anymore, if you notice.
You can get it.
I'm going to sell it off.
Why?
I don't need it.
Why would you sell that?
I don't.
It's such a nice painting. It was such an important painting.
It doesn't hold anything for me anymore.
Why not?
It doesn't hold meaning for me anymore.
Why not?
Someone else can have it.
Why doesn't it hold meaning for you?
Because it's just colors now.
So you don't see anything.
It's a reminder of something.
Isn't that worth it?
No.
Nothing. So it's not a worth it moment to remind yourself.
I don't have enough space to keep it.
Who says you don't have enough space?
Look around.
You don't have enough space right now, but you could have space in the future.
Yeah, but
that painting, that one over there is there.
Yeah, because it's too big to put anywhere else.
Does that hold sentimentality?
It's from a similar period, but I like the colors.
You keep that.
Yeah, because it's so big I can't throw it. And it's covering the zunk or the paint coming off the wall.
So you do have space.
No.
If you got that painting, you do have space.
Yeah, but it's not my aesthetic anymore. I had it in my room for 5 years, now I'm bored.
So it holds no value.
It holds value, but it's not necessary to keep here. AKA, I don't need it.
But do you want it?
Yeah.
So you do want it. For our functionality, you choose to limit yourself.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't think in terms of want.
But it doesn't need to be out there. You could literally fit it under your table.
Yeah, but why keep clutter?
Your room is the definition of clutter anyways.
Yeah, I don't need more.
But you choose to keep like 10 different bottles of water, but you won't keep that painting.
No, because it's not my aesthetic anymore.
Water bottles are?
That's functional. Again, I like function over pretty.
That's not true. You're an artist. Literally, your whole thing is prettiness.
Fuck off! I don't know. I can't. Okay, what else can I take?
The big bear that I'm currently
sitting that on. I'm throwing away. The only reason it's here is because I need something to put my foot on.
Your nani's jewelry.
Yeah, I'm okay. Fine, jewelry. Oh, you want if I were moving, if I had a suitcase of 30 kgs, what would I put in it?
Yes.
That's more than 5 items then.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, I would. This is really hard for me to do, by the way. I would take my jewelry box of jewelries I don't wear, because I rarely wear jewelries. I would take my makeup, which is basically a jar of lipsticks, mostly, and my mascara. I would take, the book Silent Rage, because it has nice photographs in it. I would actually leave behind the book where my own pictures are published.
The markings.
I would leave that. I don't care. My mom can have it. I would take my pink diary, the leather one. What the fuck? I don't know what are my laptop and my phone, which I don't think counts. I would take one black tights, three black shalwars. Yeah, one black tight, three black shalwars, and my boots, which are still in Malaysia and since the last 2 years, but I love them.
That purple dress also.
The purple dress?
Yes.
I don't have a purple dress.
The polka dot one?
That's black. It doesn't fit me, and it's black. It doesn't fit me anymore. It's in my cupboard, but it doesn't fit me anymore. I would have to lose 15 kgs for it to fit me again. So yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of. What else can I think of? I would take one of my candles. I don't know which one.
Your camera?
Yeah, but those are functional. My camera, I want a new camera. I'll leave this. Fuck this one. I don't like this one. My phone does a better job than this camera. I want a new camera. What else can I take with me? I can't even see anything I will take with me. My photographs I can print wherever I'm going, so it doesn't even matter.
But that one you should take one.
No, I don't like that.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
What else can I take with me? I genuinely don't have a lot of things that I can take with me. My lipsticks, my jewelry suffice for everything. Like all my silver jewelry I'm taking. So I love them. Maybe some of, like, I'm not going to mention clothes. No, those are replaceable.
No, some things aren't. Some family stuff.
Clothes? I mean, I don't own anything like that.
What would I take? I think of it like this. Anything like,
I would take that ring that I really like.
This one,
yeah,
the
I would take
red one.
Ring. Yeah, I would take that.
See, my mind instantly goes to, I don't need to take anything because I can always get it. Like if I'm settling in, one by one, piece by piece, whatever I miss, I can always just take it. Because it's mine, I know it's there, it's going to be there anyway.
Okay, I don't think that. I feel like once I take my 10 things and leave, everything's going to go. Which it will. You know what happened when Najif happened? My cousin, she lived in this house. When she got married and left, they made her room a cat's room. And a cat lived there. And Zishan's already said the day I get married and leave this room, either my mom's going to make it her art room, depending on where she is in life. And number two, Zishan's going to make it a gym. So I already know my room. I'm not going to come back and have a space of my own, which is also why I don't treat it like a space of my own.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, okay, yeah, fine. Fair,
do you get it?
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's temporary. It's going to go away.
I have a thing that's always going to be there. Like fine, maybe not in the exact same space or maybe order, but I know for a fact that my baby pictures will always be with my parents. All our travel pictures are already there anyways. They're all in albums, they're all kept there, all done. Okay?
I would take my hard drive because it owns my life.
Yeah, see that. But that's a necessity. That's not even like
it comes as in phone, laptop, charger type.
That's like your living life, breath, sort of thing. So I was those things will always be there for me. Even like some of my clothes, I know for a fact my mom is gonna keep them because she'll be like, okay, no, these are still here.
Fine. What do you think you have that you have to share or people use or take that you would just want to be yours? Like it's just yours, but it's currently not just yours.
I don't have anything like that.
So if it's yours, it's yours. If someone else's, it's someone else's.
I don't have something. I don't consider things as solely mine or solely someone else's. I want it, I have it. If you want it, you have it. But it's not a...
Like for me, it's like I want my room space. Like I want an entire area in my house to be just mine. So in my... Like mine. No one else can... My space. My energy, my space.
Why do you not want people to come?
Because I don't want them to disturb my feng shui, my zen.
So why would someone come and disrupt your feng shui?
I mean, unless I'm inviting you, you can't come in without me there. You have to ask me to come in.
Like your own personal parlor? Like those old Victorian, like Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen time.
You know what I really want? In Ali Bhai's house, there's this area It's the balcony. It has astroturf and it has a view outside. I want that area just for myself. But in my house.
But I'm asking you, why can't people come?
Because when people come, they make it very like hyperactive.
But they're only going to be there temporarily. Like they're not going to be there full time.
No, they can only be there if I allow them to be there. It's not their space to be in. So if I want you there, like today you're in my room, is because I've asked you.
Right.
Yeah. But so, if I don't want you here and you're here and you're screwing my room's energy, I'm gonna hate you.
But why would someone come?
They would.
If you're here, like right
when
now.
I left for Malaysia, Zishan stayed in this room and did his exercise in the room, smelled like sweat for a week. That's what I mean. It's mine. Don't come here. It's not yours. Unless I let you come in. You ask me.
See, okay, I don't have that. I don't feel that way. If I'm not, if
because you have spaces of your own.
Yeah, but if let's just say if I go back to London, okay, and my mom wants to use that my room, let's say for like her clients or something, and she wants to make that her office for whatever amount of time, okay?
In person clients or on Zoom clients?
In person clients.
Okay. I would not want that. I would hate my mom if she did that.
I think it's. I mean, I don't have a problem with that because yeah, fine, she needs space. Of course, I'm not there. Definitely use it. Yeah. Why would it?
For no. Either change the room altogether. I'll share my room with Zishan, or it's mine. Either do like I can't have you have like if my mom were teaching 10 kids.
But she's not going to be doing it when you're back. You see, that's what I'm saying. So if I come back, obviously not.
No. I can't let that happen. I'm so energy driven. If my mom is talking on the phone outside and I'm hearing it, right? Or the door is open, it changes the energy in my room.
Because you have disruptive energy. It clashes.
Yeah. Plus, I'm very, very sensitive to energy. Like very sensitive. Maybe Chari Bachi.
I don't think it's the energy. It is energy, but also it's a little more than that, no?
Yeah, it's
infringement.
Yeah, but like it's also like I never had privacy or space. Nah, so the thing with me is what can I own? It's like it's so hard for me to even fathom that.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine it. Like this pillow is mine, but it was my mom's. Like, do you get what I mean? So how do I own something which isn't technically mine?
See, but so okay, my brain goes like this. It's my mom's. Obviously, it's mine.
Oh no.
And what's mine is obviously my mom's, like jewelry. Okay, like straight away jewelry, right?
Yeah.
What is my mom's? Or what's, let's say, like my mom's, right? Our sizes are very different. Doesn't fit. Doesn't matter. Because I know if I want something, I can wear it, and later on in life, I can just get the size changed and I can wear it. She won't have a problem with it. In fact, I feel like it's the other way around, where like whenever you go to the jewelers, right? Like recently, Abhi, like we went and we got like silver jewelry made in silver, and I was like, get it made to your size. And she's like, no, then we can't share. And I'm like, I'm not going to wear it. You need to make things that fit you. Like this is, you should be able to wear it just for your own self. It's not always about me. Like we don't have to share this. It's just yours. And I'm like, I can always wear it later. I'm like, okay, fine, make it adjustable.
Okay,
whatever.
So the only thing like that for me is not my mom's jewelry. If my mom gave me jewelry and it's mine now, it will still be my mom's. It won't be mine. But if my nani gave me any jewelry, because I know it's not going to go back and I know it's now mine only, then it's mine. But even then, if it stays with my mom and it's mine, there'll still be that difference. So I want her to ask me before wearing it.
Why?
Like on Eid, she wore like my nani gave me like her own gold like banger. Yeah. And I saw my mom wearing it. I'm like, this is mine.
But why? Why does it matter?
Take it out and I wore it myself.
Why does it matter if she wears it?
It doesn't matter. Ask me. If it's mine, then ask me.
But you're a child,
no? Well, that's what I'm saying. Either it's mine or it's not now.
But if I share it,
you can have it. I don't mind. But then in my head, then that thing won't be mine.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Which is also why I don't take ownership of anything, because I share everything. This kurta was my mom's. Now it's fine, but it was still my mom's.
Why does it bother you?
The kurta part doesn't, the jewelry part does.
Why does it bother you that it's hers and not yours? And if it's yours, it's not
because
yours?
I always feel obligated to pay back. So if she bought something, so let's say my dad bought me this house and my mom bought me this bed.
You to do
no,
that?
They're not. But
then
in my head, I will repay. For my education, at least the big things I know I'm going to repay at some point, in any way, shape, or form. My education of any shape or form and any extra things. So I know my mom paid for this laptop. And when they bought it, I was so pissed off that they made me count money that I was like, you know what? But the day I earn, I'm going to repay this laptop back.
So you feel accountable to pay back, even though you're their child, literally.
Yeah. It's not mine until I can pay it back.
That's where ownership comes in.
Yeah, it isn't.
So unless you don't pay for it, it's not yours.
Yeah, and I don't like owning things or buying things. So then there's like another contrasting thing there.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I know when my dad buys me that camera, I'm going to have a really big issue using it. I'm going to love it, but when they bought me my phone, the previous one, I didn't ask for it. And I was like, why would you buy me such an expensive phone?
I have a question.
And I did not use it for a week.
I know, I remember that.
And my mom was like, are you mad?
I have a question. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's say you don't pay them back or do anything about the money thing.
Yeah.
What will they say?
Nothing. And it's not about that because I know I can't possibly pay them back.
I'm not asking that. I'm saying in your head, just think.
Nothing will happen.
So it is yours. Even if you pay them, don't pay them, what difference?
It is mine, but I don't feel like it.
But why is it such a strong connection in your head equating to money and things?
I don't know.
Financial isn't the only way of ownership. You by default have it because it's your parents.
Yeah, no.
They give it to you. It's like
no, because
it's like
when I get things, it's like an ehsan. I don't want that obligation because for me the way I was raised was they'll scold me and then be like, we buy you everything. What have we not given you? You know, it was always a transaction. You do good, that's why we give you this.
Transactional.
Yeah.
So they reward good behavior with
things. And I don't want it. And then if you want to go into shame about bad and good enough, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can do that on a podcast.
No.
I would.
But no, I understand. Like that makes sense because so it's never been about things per se with my family. So financial like things are a given. It's like okay, education, whatever, whatnot, is their responsibility. So I know from undergrad, from my master's, if I choose to do double master's, a PhD, whatever, whatnot.
Okay, for me, it's not like that.
I know that is on my dad. Like that is something that my dad considers his responsibility. Yeah.
You know what? I'm cutting you off, sorry, but my dad has gone to the extent of saying that my education for me was a debt. And for Zishan, it was an investment. And he was joking when he said it, but
that's a lot.
This is 4 days ago. This is 4 days ago. And he said this because my mom paid for the life coaching thing. And I was like, my dad is supposed to pay for it. It's education, right? But he was like, you know, I won't until you pay me back. And he did say that. Jokingly itself, they would never take that money back. But he did say it.
But see, you could say, fuck it to all of that, still do what you do, get what you want. Yeah. And not feel guilty about it.
I will feel guilty. Now it's in my head. I want to pay them back. I've already earned like half of anger. It. Yeah, so most of it is from anger. I cut you off, but for me, it's like they'll pay for my 3 years. 4th year is like a really big stretch because my mom and Chachi like scolded them to do it. 4th year. Uske baad, if you want to do your masters, figure it out yourself. We don't care. We'll pay for your wedding. That's it. That's it. Done. Cut off. Jao. Jo karne karo. And they've not said it in words, but I know it will happen because I've seen it happen. And I will always feel obligated. Even if I don't do it. Because it's not a set thing. I still want to do it because I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want you to have said, maine dilaya tha.
It's because they hold it over you, and that's what it is.
But they'll never hold it over me with words.
Just actions, energy, vibe, generally.
Somewhere along the line they do. Okay, now you.
What was I saying? Forgot.
You were saying about how your dad said education, PhD, whatever.
Yeah, because certain things are like parental obligation, right? Yeah. So education is a big one. But it comes with that, right? Like my mom is a bit different, but for my dad, he's like, I'm supporting your education, but then I would say other like very traditional things like maybe marriage or like things on that spectrum, like inheritance, whatnot. Then he's like, this is
stop moving.
Sorry. This is the investment. Yeah. Like this is what's important to him. So it's about, I think, what we prioritize. Yeah. And my dad and me have very similar prioritizations, I would feel. My mom has more of a security backup, like let's make sure it's good, like continuous. But that's for me, but for me and my dad, I think my dad's prioritization is life, or why he earns money, right? Is genuinely my education and traveling. Because those are the two biggest expenses he currently has to pay. I would love to earn money to travel. That's his entire motivation. Okay, like all he thinks about. The other day, I was talking to a friend, Neha, about earning money, and she was like, her motivation is money, that she can live like, you know, a reasonable life. So she doesn't have to worry about, you know, paying for, let's say, the AC bill or going to a restaurant. But my question to her was like, I can earn that much money right now, right? But at what cost? Because I don't have the time. And this conversation came up because my mom wanted me to teach another student out of the 5 different ways I can earn money, and I do. How much do I want to do, and how much? Because it won't bring me any joy. It's just going to give me stress, but it'll give me money. Okay, but at what cost? No, but see, the thing is, I feel like every job you do at some point will just be irritating, annoying, and boring. Yeah. Okay. But today, if you had to do 3 jobs today, would you do it? Depends, I guess. Do you have the time for it? See, time, not money. Because I'm student right now. My top priority, your top priority is going to be studying. So now that's where my conflict's coming in. I am a student and I don't need the money. But why am I obligated to work? That's your own obligation. Yeah, but where the fuck is it coming from and why? Clearly deep shame. Like, because I don't need to, you know, I don't need to set up an office and earn X amount of money. I don't need to teach 4 kids and earn X amount of money. I don't need to do coaching and earn X amount of money. I don't need to sell art. But you're not doing it for money. Exactly. But when you put all of these things together, which is what has happened right now. No, it's not what's happened right now. And you choose to be that way. You didn't do coaching. You didn't do coaching because you want to earn money right now. You did coaching because it makes you grow. That is the main basic motive. Understood. Okay. But now if I do it now. No, you do it later on in life. It'll bring you money. Fine, good. Because obviously it's a good money. But my dad literally told me to pay it off in 3 months. And I said, I can't with school. Right. Even though it's not even my dad's money. Tell me, how realistic is it to actually pay him off? And is he actually serious about it? Yes. No, he's not serious about it, but I've heard it and now fuck it. You heard it. It hurt you. He's not serious about it. But and you're not obligated to take it seriously. If they give you shit about it, what are they doing? Can they physically stop you, restrain you? No, they cannot do anything, but it will hurt me and that will bother me and I feel guilty and I don't want to feel guilty. Yes, so it's internal. Yeah, so now either I can work for 6 months on my guilt or I could just do the job in 2 days. You do whatever you feel like doing. I feel like doing both. No, you pick one that is comfortable for you. This will take 6 months. This will take 2 days. Do you want to do any of it? No, I don't want to do either of it. But I don't have the time. Like, yeah, I don't have. Then don't do it. But what? Don't do it. It's not that simple. We had this conversation, right? 6 times and I fought it on it. I said and this. You witness this now. I said this. You can choose to exit the race. Like you can choose to just jump off. But at what cost? The cost for me is guilt. But do I want the guilt? No, I don't. So I don't exit the race. Because I can't handle that kind of guilt today. I can probably if I really try it.
I don't want to.
See, it's the same thing. It's just about letting go, and you refuse to do that. We also had this conversation. You work methodically. I said sometimes you don't need to fucking do it, and it'll happen on its own. Just have to jump.
Stop it. I'm not ready for change. I've done too much change.
Sure.
I just don't want to owe anyone anything in my life. That's it.
No one's asking you to owe them anything.
No,
but
it is an obligation.
No, as people, okay, as people, you can't exist on your own. Like that is stupid. I am so sorry.
So this is a trauma response.
Yeah, definitely. But
it is a hyper independent response.
Very much so.
Yeah.
This whole thing is triggered that so much. But it's ridiculous. And owing someone is not a bad thing.
See, my dad's messaging me now. Anyways, go on.
I was saying owing someone something is not a bad thing. We hold things over each other, not in a bad way, but out of love. If you choose it to be that. You know, like every family, like my family, okay, we have like, you know, those annoying elders who are after your life saying, Acha, Shadi kab kar rahi ho? This what's happening? What is happening here? What's happening there? What's going on in your life? You have that too.
Okay, so dependent needs / wants comes from needless wantless wala, physical illness, depression and addiction issues, and problems with interdependence.
Woohoo! Sounds about right. Sounds so right.
So this is coming from dependency. So okay, I have worked, for those who don't know, I've completely changed the topic now, but if you ever want a class on shame, I can teach you. So shame has 5 things, very simply, shame has 5 things. Okay, I've worked on 3 of them and they're back because shame will always be there. And
this is also something that we fight on constantly. And I was saying something else. Okay, but I'll get back to that in a bit.
And okay, this is what we were talking about.
No, the thing is, just because you think you've worked through something doesn't negate the fact that I guess you've made a lot of effort on it, right? Like you've made an effort on speaking out, on doing things, that's great. But that doesn't mean, right, that it's great and perfect and complete.
So I have a problem with perfection also, no? That's my problem.
Nothing is 100%. That's just not possible.
Basically, let's fill them in what's going on. Okay. So there are 5 aspects to shame, okay? And I worked on them when I was maybe 16, 18, in different aspects of shame. Okay. And I was like, yes, I've conquered it, not an issue anymore. I am great. These 2 things are still there. Okay. And I'll work on them when the time is right. I start working on one of them. And then one fine day, I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I have issues with self-esteem. Oh shit, I have issues with dependency. Oh shit, I have issues with control again. And then I felt like, okay, I failed because all these issues are there. And later, as Fatma was saying, I realized that, you know what, it's going to be a constant thing because as I grow up, other things are going to trigger me and those triggers will go back to the same
And
issues.
She called me a bitch for this and was so mad. So mad at me.
I don't remember that part. I mean, I probably called you a bitch, but I don't remember what you're talking about. Did I have a breakdown after that? Is this the one?
This was another one, but yeah.
I had Fatma gave me a reality check and I hated her so much. This has happened twice. I just closed my phone. I had a breakdown and I didn't speak to her for 2-3 days. And then I ignored, like I would be really cold with her for a couple of days until I got fine with it. But she was really patient. So I love you. Thank you. But fuck off. This is our friendship in a nutshell.
I was saying about the whole ownership and owning things, and like I was saying, everyone, you know, has those annoying aunties in the family that are off your life, right? Everyone has that. But the thing is, they're only annoying and irritating and off your life because they obviously care about you when they've invested, you know, parts of themselves into your life. Like that's just it.
No, they just don't have anything better to do.
Okay, not in my case.
Okay, in my case.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. But when you're close and you grow up together, right, and they obviously are involved in your life, but they care about you, and you've grown up in front of them, they naturally have some say because they care about you. So it's understandable. It's okay.
What are you talking about?
Annoying aunties?
Yes. Ownership se kaise aa gaya annoying aunties?
We're talking about ownership, sorry, obligation. When you were talking about owing things to someone.
So how annoying aunties who play a part in your life, you feel obligated.
you don't feel obligated,
then what
such, but they do have. So like how they say things like okay, like about marriage or whatever, and you get annoyed by it, right? Like everyone does, obviously, right? Like I do too. But I understand they're only saying it out of care and concern, and it's okay if they do it. I know they're not seeing anything wrong, saying anything bad. I know they're looking out for me.
So for me, it's different. For me, if anyone outside the people I live with, which is 6 people that I live with, chalo, let's even 6 people. My parents, chachu, chachi, Ali bhai, and Najapaki. 6 people. Outside of them, and if anyone says anything,
we have a very opposite system.
Because I don't care about what they say.
So we are 6 people in my house. My dadi, dada, me, my brother, my mom and dad. But our extended family. Like I'm talking about my nani and I'm talking about my mom's khalas. And that whole thing. They also have a say. And it's not in a bad way.
They have a say.
No, as in I care about what they say. And I know that they, and I care for what they say. I know they say a lot of good intention, a lot of love, because we've grown up very close. So like even like my mommies and all, I know whatever they say would be just out of that space. So it's okay.
I want to keep marriage as a separate podcast. Sure. I have so much anger about it.
Sure.
Guys, I'd like to say I don't feel angry about things, but my anger comes out in very aggression, like repressed aggression. Like it'll come out into things I'm saying, not in things I'm doing. Not angry things. I hate anger. Anyways, yeah, I get you. I don't have that much respect for people who, because for me, my like story, they didn't play a nice role. There are very few people outside my actual family who I would consider listening to. Maybe 3 or 4. Then I don't care. Like whatever. I at the end I listen to what they're saying. They have good intent, yes, but I don't care enough to act on it unless I want to.
So I wouldn't even say that care enough, but just that you know that they mean well.
Yeah, they do. But so what? Like for example, if they mean well and they say, "Yaar, aap itni moti ho gayi, aapko weight lose karna chahiye."
Okay, not that.
If they mean well, yes,
not
they're
that.
right.
That's me.
Yeah, but they are right.
No, that's just me.
Yeah, but that's where I'm coming from. Like it's the same thing. Shadi kar lo 6 mahine mein achhi ho jaogi ekdam.
Okay, no, those comments don't happen.
Okay, that's all I get. So that's where
my comments in my family about like rishtas go from we'll find the best there is, but a very nice guy just how you like it,
if you want to get into marriage. For me, marriage is conditional. For me, the way they sell it to me is like, you lose weight, you'll get married.
Wow.
And that's all. That's literally, my papa said to me, I want you to be 63 kgs in the next 6 months and we can get you married off. Very specific number.
Wow.
And that's marriage in a nutshell. And the one rishta I got that my mom still loves, Vichara is married boy now. And still to this day, it's like,
wow. No, for me, I'm the rebel, spoiled, difficult kid in the family. And I feel that now I realize it works to my favor, because for me now it's very much like, beta, please. Please. Just try.
Just try. Take a sip.
Yeah. And I feel that has a lot to do with how your parents are, like how your mom, dad play into it.
Yeah, traditions.
Yeah.
And their liberalness.
Yeah. So for sure, like in my whole family, they're like, I am spoiled and not raised right because of how my parents have raised me, because it's so different from how everyone else is. But because we're still family, they obviously love me. So it's okay. Like, okay, she is like that, fine. My parents are okay with it.
For me, it's not.
My parents are okay.
Yeah, my parents are not okay with it. For me, it's like, shut up, do what they're telling you to do. Smile, laugh, smile, cook. I'm like, what am I? Am I not a human?
It's also about how much approval your parents want from the family.
And my mom, which is why they act upon it. They won't say it to me directly because they know I will like lose it at some point, but they do want it, and I know it. And for me, I operate out of duty. So like, they will give me that choice. Okay, do you like this man? Do you not like this man?
It's not like an actual choice.
Yeah, because it is an actual choice, but because I have such a strong sense of obligation and duty, if I know they want me to be with someone, that's some level after fighting, and that depends on who the person is. If they're okay, sure, I'll say yes. But if they're bad, I will like obviously say no. But it will take a lot.
Your immediate thing is yes, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
My immediate thing is no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That's
It's also okay. Yeah, because I think it's also because my mom in her generation, like in her time, was the different child. So like different, not troubling, but she was always very different. That is the general consensus everyone has. Adored and all of that, but very different from everyone else.
Okay, so your perception in your family, rebellious, selfish little kid, you're just really picky about things. My thing is bad, loud, angry.
Oh no, I'm not loud, I'm not bad, I'm not angry. I am very much lovable, very good with.
I don't have any nice qualities about me.
Yeah, see, it's very like sugar coated, right? Yeah. For me, it's like okay, she's like, you know, what do you say, like
what's very sushi,
no, not even sushi, nothing like that. She's like, she's good with family, she's that, but you know, she has nakre, but not even nakre. She's like, you know, she's just how do you call it, like spoiled, but like a nice word for spoiled. Like, you know, we say like lard pal mein padi.
Yeah.
But you
we get it. They mean spoiled, but
a very nice way.
And for me, it's not that, which is why there's so many conditions upon it too.
Yeah.
Because they're like, if you don't lose weight, you're not gonna get rishta because you are a bad little kid. And I'm like, what did I do my 20 years?
Yeah. See, that a lot of it has to do with parental need for approval also. My dad could not care less about like family. The only time he ever felt a little bit pressure was the whole Rishta thing that was happening. And he was like, he was more scared than anything.
He didn't want you to get married.
No. And he sat me down and said, listen, if you're going to go down the path that you want to go down, let's just get something clear. You'll have to earn yourself, work really hard, and be ready for that. I'm like, yeah, I guess like this is not the conversation to be having right now.
For me, it's not that. Very opposite. For me, marriage triggers every sense of safety for me.
Oh, for sure.
For every sense, because I know I'll be alone. After the last encounter that I've had, I've lost trust in everyone. The only person I trust is myself. And for that, I need everyone to shut up so I can actually tell what I feel. And that is after my own sense of duty saying yes, which is a really hard thing to do. And because there's so much like pressure around it, because I'm not perfect looking for them, it's a really big problem. Because then I'm fine, I'm great. Because they don't know me as a person. They know me as a story that, you know, a cover. Because nobody knows what I've done.
I feel like our perception is fairly the same, it's just how the narration goes.
Yeah.
So if something like that happens to me, the extended family, like whatever, they know my instant response will be no. But instead of shaming me and like for that, they'll improvise and say, Acha, chalo, if you're gonna say no, let's meet somewhere else, or like let's have an intermediary. They'll facilitate because they know I am going to be like this. So instead of saying,
for me, it's not facilitate. Because there is said care and support, but it won't be shown.
Yeah.
Because for me, I said no. That's the first thing I did. I said no. And they told the people also, nahi. Like the day they were my mom was about to tell them no, someone in my family came and said, no, but she should talk to them. And I lost my trust. Gone. Anyways. I need to be really, really secure to be able to go through that journey again.
I'm not doing it until like the next year is over.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
That took out the rebellion in me. Like I want to rebel so bad, but I can't.
I was so snappy during the entire time. Oh my god.
You told the guy.
It was just so horrible. Oh my god.
This girl is like, I was impressed. That's to say the least. I wish I had that.
That's not impressive. That's just rude and bitchy.
It was so good.
That was so
she
snappy.
said some things basically. Really, she didn't say anything wrong, right? Honestly, she said,
so horrible.
look, this
so
is what I want. No. let me sugarcoat it. She said, look, these are the things I want. If you can provide them, good. If you can't, sorry.
Not provide, like
if you
facilitate or support or like join in that.
Yeah. Which he didn't want to. So he also said, okay, you know what, screw you. And that's what happened. But because he was a man and he had a really big ego, it didn't work that well. So
yeah, no, I don't
that
think
is what it was.
It's not about ego, I don't think so.
Shut the fuck up. It is.
I'm trying to make it better.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, no.
Because if he didn't have an ego, he'd be like, sorry, I can't facilitate those things. These are different values. He wouldn't give you like a attitude about it.
It's not attitude.
Oh, please.
It's not?
No.
So whatever. We're not getting into this right now. Yeah. But that I'm really snappy during that time. My dad stopped talking to me for 2 weeks. Subconsciously, I just did not settle well with him for some reason.
He didn't want you to get married.
He stopped talking to me straight up. Though after he just did not talk to me. And every time I would talk, he'd be like giving really weird replies, like short. And I was like, why are you like this? And after it was over, and I'm like, why are you like that? And he's like, I don't know myself. I just was so disturbed by the whole thing. My dad, after this whole thing ended, he's like, do you want to go on a trip? Because he was so happy. He's like, celebrate, go.
Mine were so mean.
That was his.
Mine was lose weight so we can find you someone. Like, what the fuck?
Now, my dad's instant response is overcompensation. My child feels bad. What can I do?
Oh, for me, if it's reasonable. For my parents, they feel bad. Let's buy them. Coffee dila denge, chai bana denge.
Yeah. It's my dad. Like,
trip pe le jaye. Mujhe camera dila de. If you're watching this, family.
My brother and my dad are really happy. They're about to go get a cake. They're like, yes.
No. I'm going to move in with you at some point. Fuck this shit, man.
Yes, come live with me.
I need so much space to be able to do this.
I think that's one thing that's very abundant in my house. I wouldn't say it's abundant in the entirety of my family because it's not, but it's a lot. It's an abundance in my house. A lot of space.
When it comes to this.
Yeah, like physical space as well as just a lot of mental space. Mm-hmm. I know I can say no at any given point or say yes at any given point because I know that there's.
And you're also like that. For me, I know I can, but I'm not like that. My duty is to.
But they also make you feel like you can't be.
Yeah. I mean, I got lectured for it, so.
Yeah.
And I think my cousin, one person I thought I could trust, he went and he poured gasoline on the fucking fire. Okay?
That was bad.
It was so bad. I remember, I will never forget that moment. He came, he's like, you were getting married to this boy. And he didn't just say it to me, he said it to everyone. And I had not even spoken to him, which made the obligation so much worse. Anyways, that story. Everybody who's listening, if you suffer from marriage anxiety and stress and trauma, please.
I'm not suffering from marriage anxiety. I'm marriage and stress or anxiety. I am suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, or PTSD. Please leave a comment or message us so that we can connect on what do you call it? On our feelings.
No, I don't want to.
I want to. So you can either message me on my Instagram or on the Ultra Movie Instagram, and then we can have a chat about it. Or if you have anything related to that you'd like to share.
It basically sucks being a woman, just straight up. That's it. That's the whole conclusion. I'm sure it sucks for guys too, probably.
Which is why I have such a big issue with ownership. Like this marriage thing plays a big role in my ownership thing.
Okay, here's the thing. Do you think when you get married and shift into that house or whatever, will that be yours?
No.
So what is yours? What space
exactly
is yours?
My problem is
no space is yours.
No.
So you don't exist.
I exist, but I'm me. That's it.
Yeah. So if you're you, what is you?
Everything I know. That's all I own.
That's all what anyone knows. But even temporary ownership is still ownership. Of course.
It is still ownership, but who the fuck
what
cares?
Do you temporarily own?
All this shit that I don't need. But if I were to move and I didn't have any of this, but I would still not think that house is mine. Not unless I have a house of my own that I make my own.
No one thinks that house is theirs until you live in it.
No, I don't feel like this house is mine and I live in it since I was born. So I don't think I would never. That's just how I am. I can't. Which is why I have so much abandonment around this and a lack of trust, because I need something to be mine.
You might just get someone or be in a place with a lot of space.
Yeah, sure. I will. That's what I'll attract. Because I'm so cool and so good at it. But that was sarcasm, just saying. Yeah.
My leg is getting numb.
My hands are getting numb. So bye.
Bye.
Also thumbnail, because we never take thumbnails. Okay, that's that. Okay, bye.